Hello everyone, it's the July Lioness. How are you doing today? Today is actually Sunday, July 5th, and this is Choco Chat. You alright, Darla? Yeah, she's down here. Oh, you can see. There. Darla says hi, I hope. So, I found my scarf, yay! I'm not sure I like how it looks actually. I think I should go with, if I had a white one. I don't have a white one. I love these infinity scarves though. They're like really inexpensive and they're very lightweight. But when I have my hair in a ponytail, my neck gets cold from the air conditioning, and so it's just right. Keeps my neck warm, and that's all it needs to stay warm. But I love scarves. Haven't done it recently, but I used to knit and sell scarves and hats. I called it Scandalous Scarves. That was my company, and I had an Etsy store called that. But oh boy, I mean, knitting is fun, but it's not very rewarding. If you can, it takes up so much time, which is great because at that point, you know, it's a very cheap hobby, and if you don't have internet or whatever, you need something to fill your days, you know, maybe you're kind of scraping along, you go to work, and then you come home and there's not much at home. So knit, yeah, it'll take up your time, and you can make some pretty things, but then it's hard to, I had a horrible time selling them. And then there's all the fees and stuff. Here's Darla. Hi, Darla. Hello, Darla. It's your pretty girl. Here's my pretty girl. Darla's here now. Darla wants to participate. She says, "Who are you talking to, Ma?" Or you must be talking to me because there's nobody else in the room. I forgot what I was gonna say, doggy. Forgot. You made me forget. Be careful. Be careful because you made me forget. Oh, yeah. This is my lap dog. They're strangling me. Get your paw out of my skirt. Oh, thank you. Does that look? How's that look on you? Does that look pretty on you? Is that your color? Let's see. What do you think? Yeah, now you're gonna move and I'll really get strangled. Yeah, I'm giving you attention. Darla, you're a star. I'm gonna rename you Starla. Yeah, scarves. I used to make them and sell them, and I would sell a few. I think mainly people would feel sorry for me because wasn't doing too well financially at the time. And I remember one time I tried to sell them on consignment locally, and I put them, obviously I have pets, and I'm not bothered by any smell, you know, but I grew up with them, so maybe I'm just used to it, but I certainly don't find it very offensive most of the time. Yeah, but you know, if you have pets, that's what comes along with it. It's par for the course. Anyway, so I made up all these nice hats and scarves that I was really wanted to sell, and I took them to this local place, and this woman said, "Oh yes, I'll sell them in my store," and oh, thank you so much. And I had them in a one of those, plastic, like Rubbermaid little drawer sets, you know, chest of drawers for kids, like different colored, like little kitty chest of drawers. So that would be like, so there was like a display, and I thought, you know, people can open the drawers and partially, and I can like drape the scarves out of the drawer, and it'd be kind of a cute display. So my friend and I loaded it in her car, and we took it over there. And the woman, the next day, she calls me. I couldn't believe I was going to smack her. I could have reached, if I could have reached through the phone, she's lucky. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but your scarves just have an odor to them. I'm like, I was so insulted. I just was gonna smack her in the next week. So my friend and I just went over there, and I wordlessly, well, maybe I gave her a really dirty look. I didn't say anything when I took my stuff back. It was so humiliating. Smell. I sold my scarves to lots of people online, mailed them out all over the place, and not one freaking person ever said anything about them having a smell. She's nuts. She's just one of those, probably not an animal person, Anyway, but that really was a slap in the face. And I guess that kind of was the beginning of the end of the scarf empire. But I do still love them, and I've got a couple, but now I'm embarrassed to try and sell them because they smell. They stink. Oh well. But I'm doing latch hook, and I don't know if it smells, but can't you just spray it with Febreze or get it dry cleaned or something? I don't know. What's with these people? I don't know. Some people, I don't know. There's lots of different types of people in the world, and I found that sometimes you get people that are extremely religious, and what seems to go along with that a lot of the time is a dislike of animals, or even a fear of animals, and they're terribly fixated on the house being absolutely spotlessly sterile, clean. And so of course they have no animals because those things are filthy. And in some religions they say animals have no soul, which is a bunch of hooey. But they're just cold people who are focused on fastidious. Felix Unger, really fastidious people who are really anal, and they don't like animals. They might even be afraid of animals. And it's all about the church, and cleanliness is next to godliness, and I think they really take that to heart. So they don't have any pets because pets are not clean and pets are evil. They have no soul. And I'm sure there's people around here that see my black cat wandering around. They probably think there's something wrong. They have a problem with that. Tell you what, black cats, for one thing, they aren't actually black. They're very, 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 very dark brown. If you see them lying in the sunlight, you will see that is very, really super dark chocolatey brown. And you can even see sometimes sort of a a tabby pattern on them, sort of like even darker brown and lighter brown. A truly black hair has blue highlights to it. Okay, my hair, it's not black, it's very dark brown. Does it have blue highlights? No. So I don't know, maybe some people think I have black hair. This is black, though it isn't really. I mean, I see yellow in it. And then all this thing about, black cats or witches, familiars and stuff. Let me tell you something. A witch can have a familiar of most any kind of animal. Certain animals lend themselves better. Like, I don't know if a person could have a camel as a familiar, or a goldfish would have mobility problems, But dogs, okay. Rottweilers, if you've seen The Omen, those Rottweilers were familiars, essentially. I mean, there wasn't really, well, there was sort of witchcraft in it, you know, demonic type stuff. But there's, you know, there's white witches and black witches. I don't know. I've known Wiccans. Geez, they're boring. They really are kind of boring with their kind of rituals and let's go outside and talk to the trees or something. Okay, well, not for me. And it's weird. Yeah, not for me. Been there, done that. That's just something you try in life. You find stuff that you have no problem with checking out, so you check it out, and then you can say, been there, done that. You know, that's what all turning 40 is all about. You get to a point in your life where you have accumulated enough life experience to sit there and say, oh, I've done this, I didn't like it. I've done that, I did like that. And you can kind of, you figured out, you filtered out what you want to do and what you don't want to do, because you know you've learned from experience. So anyway, this is a free-form chat today. Latch hook. I was eventually going to get into latch hook. I have this thing sitting in my lap. So here's my little latch hook of my unicorn. So here's the chart. Let me show you the chart first. Oh, these webcams are not good with detailed things. I do not know. I can never tell. I think you can see that all right. So there's the chart of the unicorn, and here it is. Here, let me put this behind because we have a translucent, translucent clipboard, which I actually love, but it's a little awkward sometimes. So yeah, here's Mr. Uni coming along. Did a few rows the other day. You know, the weather's been so that I've just been inside. Yeah, that's better. And I've been wanting to get this finished up so I can get to the lion. I hate to really skip around too much. Oops, got a few pieces of yarn floating around here. Latch hook is so consuming that I hate to have more than one going, because then I'll never finish any of them. But this turned out really neat because a few years ago when I was with Stampin Up, as a reward for signing up with them, they sent me this, what do you call it, the shadow box. And you were supposed to just, you know, cut out, it was supposed to be for Halloween, and you were supposed to decorate it with paper crafting stuff. Well, that didn't appeal to me, but I liked the tray so much, I just held on to it for a long time, and guess what it's ended up being perfect for? I could hang it, but somehow I don't think I will. But yeah, isn't that great? This is all the yarn separated into different colors that I need for the unicorn. Pretty nifty. I'm just tickled that turned out so perfectly. So that's another thing. When I get the unicorn finished, then I'm going to try and get all the lion yarn in here too. So this is my, you know, immediate access yarn as I go across the rows, because each row has many different colors in it, which I interpret from the chart. But now these two shades, this is actually two different shades of blue. Yeah. I can only tell a difference between, this is sky blue and this is dusty blue. And I can only really tell the difference by feel. The dusty blue, the sky blue is wound very tight. So skinny sky and fat dusty. But it's pretty. I love the lavender, gold, green, pink, yellow, dark gray, light gray. That's navy, but it looks too yellow for me. Navy, dusty, medium blue, sky blue, white. Oh, there's no black in this. I just realized that. It's gonna be a cute little wall hanging or something. So I'm looking forward to finishing that up. But I don't have enough dark gray, which explains why they sent me a big hunking full skein of the light gray, because I think they realized, oops, I'm about 3 strands short for the dark gray. So I can substitute the light gray, and then I'm gonna have a ton of leftover light gray. That's all right. Oops, a couple more pieces fell out. So, yes, I have talked about La Choco. Oh, duh, the giveaway winner. I have notified her already. Her name is Pamela. I don't give last names online, and I hope I appreciate if people don't give out my last name online. It's a privacy thing. There's crazies out there, just who exactly is watching this video? That is what I wonder about. So I have found out in the past that there were people that knew me locally that were not very sane, basically watching my videos, and I felt kind of spied on, so I don't like to give out my last name. So if you wanted to make a video involving me, I always ask, please just use my screen name. And it's easy enough to find out my last name, but so I'm not going to hand it to anybody on a silver platter. Oh, I moved this chair and I love to rock in it. Rocking out. Then I put the other one. I have a big beat up blue recliner. It's not a recliner, it's a napper. I constantly fall asleep in it. I had it here and I'd be watching a video, which would be perfectly interesting, but all of a sudden I'm waking up. Oh, I did it again. It's too comfortable. So anyway, Sue-Ann, I hope you're watching. Hi, Sue-Ann. Sue-Ann, you left me a comment that did not show up in the video, under the video. I got an email of part of the comment, but I couldn't read the whole comment. I don't know if YouTube lost it or maybe you went back later and deleted it. I don't know, but it seemed like a very nice comment. I don't know why you would delete it. I don't know what happened. So if you want to just email me what you were trying to say, I'd appreciate it. I don't know if YouTube just sort of foobarred on that, but I don't know. I am participating in a pocket letter swap through the Pocket Letter Pals website, and it's taking forever. I haven't done anything yet. It's gonna be fun, but it is involving people that are overseas, and apparently the person who started, I think she was in the States, and she had to mail her pocket letter to, I think, England, and then it was going to go from England to France to me, and then I have to send it to, I think, California. I have it written down. But this was started back in April or May, and it's July now, and this poor girl who started says the pocket letter has been sent back twice. So, I mean, they don't like, I guess they have a problem with maybe with the lumpiness of it. It doesn't go through the post office machines very well. I don't know, maybe it should be sent in a box or at least a padded mailer. If it's going overseas, I would really bundle it up, But locally, I mean, within the States, I just I'll use a bubble mailer or one of my own envelopes that I make with scrapbook paper. I mean, sturdy scrapbook paper. And I will put a lot of extra tape and stuff on there. Which reminds me, has anybody ever written to somebody or they sent you a letter? I get pen pals in the past who were tape fiends, and I don't have a letter opener, and they'll tape the back of the envelope right along down the flap with so much tape and that I won't be able to, and they're like, I don't know, iron it or something. So I can't get the freaking thing open. There's all this tape all over it. I mean, I guess I'd have to cut it open. I mean, if you have a letter opener, you could sort of just slip it in right along that top fold and do it that way. But I don't. So I'm like, just put the envelope to my forehead. Oh, this is what she said. I just get so irritated. Please don't go so crazy with the tape. Oh my God. Okay. I don't have much else to say. I've been just trying to still figure out The Sims. Oh, brother. I've started games, I've recorded some, and then I go back and play the game some more, and I hated it, so I delete the whole game. So I posted on my channel, there was one I did recently, and I don't like the character. So now what am I gonna do? I want to kill her off or something. Can I throw her in front of a bus? Is it possible to murder your sim? What could I do? I guess I could just abandon her and move her out of town. Evict her. But if you move them out of town, then the whole household gets moved, so you're moving yourself out of town too. I don't know. But I have discovered the infiltration method. This is fun. So I don't like having my Sims living in these cruddy little one-bedroom houses and barely having enough money to scrape by, and you can't, you have to send them to a library to use the computer, and you're just like, really, it's just really depressing. So I figured out what you do. This is how you can get your sim living in a mansion from the start. Okay, so I use just the Sims that I made myself, the custom ones. So I just use custom Sims in my games. So what you do, you start out with a new game. You look at the map. You find the house that you want to live in. I go for the biggest mansions. I go for the people with the most money. I don't care what they are, werewolf, vampire, witch, whatever, it doesn't scare me. I just move myself, just take that household that has the most money in the biggest, fanciest house. And I infiltrate. I love it. So I get set up so that I have control of the household. Okay. Then I take one of my custom households, which I have to keep small, but you can always add more people later. But I figure 5 is the top number of people I can have in my household that I can manage. Otherwise, it's just you're juggling. There's too many people doing too much stuff. Even if 3 of them are pets, you still have to micromanage the pets. So 5 has got to be about my limit. I think you can do up to 8 or maybe 10, but that's crazy. Even like, like 4 people in each bedroom. That's nuts. So you take your custom sim, okay, and you add them into this big household. Then, so now you've got like 5 people living in this mansion. Well, in my current game, one of my current games, I had 5 people living in this mansion. 3 of them were vampires. So my 2 normals moved in with these 3 vampires. That's scary. So I activated the senior vampire family member, head of the household, sent him to the computer, and had him and his little darling little vampire children move out. Don't let the screen door hit you on the way out. Wow! And so then my 2, my lovely married couple, have this beautiful mansion all to themselves. Yay! And lots of money and gorgeous cars and all this great stuff. But with it being a former residence of a vampire family, it is dark. Oh my God, it is so dark, totally dark. And I'm constantly turning on lights. It makes no difference. It's just like it gets sucked into the blackness. So I'm here with the, was it creative style? Like crazy, making all these practically black paneled walls into really light colors. Everything, I'm just getting everything so lightened up. All the dark, there's a lot of dark gray stone and dark brown paneling. All that's getting lightened up. It took hours. Yesterday I was on the computer just for hours getting this house lightened up, brightened up, turning this dark. I mean, and the rooms are beautiful. The architecture, the bones, are gorgeous. But it's all this dark stuff. And of course, there aren't very many windows because they're vampires. They've got to have their darkness. And if there are windows, they're very small. And I think they use like night light bulbs in their lamps. But they did have mirrors. They have several mirrors, which is kind of interesting because vampires have no reflection. But I guess they have to in the game. I have not played a vampire or a werewolf in this game. I'm not interested in that. I'll do witches and ghosts and fairies because they can be either good or evil, but werewolves and vampires, I'm not into them. So I was happy to kick those vampires out. They are still in town, but we can just avoid them. Geez. But yeah, I was having fun redecorating that house, but it is very time consuming, and boy, you better save your game every now and then. Save the game, because otherwise, all that work, brother. I was brightening up this kitchen. They had it's a tiny kitchen, and they had this big heavy door on it. What do you need a door in the kitchen for? So I eliminated that and put in an arch. I turned the black cabinets into white cabinets. I took the dark stone tiling under the cabinets, and it's now wallpaper, peach and white houndstooth, really cute. I mean, total redo. I guess I'll just have to take some screenshots or something. I just love going to a dark room and throwing the lights, turning on the lights. There's this one big room, marble floors, dark marble floors. Well, now they're gray and white marble floors, and they've got lots of plants in there, and it's a big screen TVs in there, and it's like a ballroom. That's probably a good party place. But nice house. I mean, good amenities. They've got a swimming pool, a porte cochere and 2 very fancy cars. And you get all that stuff. I mean, you move in with nothing, you kick out the residents, and you get all their stuff. Not a bad deal. Really not a bad deal. But now it turns out, so this is a married couple, and she just conceived their first child, so she's going to, I think, have her stay home and write. And he wanted to join the military, so he didn't do that. I think we're going to get a butler, but there's this one bedroom that the vampire girl had. It's beautiful. It's pink and white. It's cute as the dickens. I had to do like nothing to it, and I think that'll be the baby's room, because if it's a girl, then it's already got a lot of pink in it. If it's a boy, it'll, I just change it to blue or whatever. So anyway, this is what I've been doing, and working on my other stuff, to my books and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna have another, excuse me, I'm probably gonna have a giveaway for the gaming channel, and one of the prizes will be my other book. But yeah, Pamela's gonna get copy of Mindy Peppermint, which I signed for her, and I'll be sending her box out as soon as this holiday weekend is over. So tomorrow, I'll pack it up and I get the post office to pick it up on Tuesday. I've got the box picked out. I don't know what the weight is going to be, so I'm not sure exactly what the contents are. I know what I would like to send, but it's going to be a little tricky figuring out the weight. I'll have to weigh each individual item and add them up, because I don't have a regular mail scale. I just have a kitchen scale. Anyway, I've been talking probably too long, as always. But thanks for stopping by. Haven't done a lot of video filming, gameplay filming. With Spore, I think we're done with the space stage for a while. I might start over from the very beginning with the cell stage. Anybody who's watching that channel who likes Spore, I'd love it if you want to leave a comment on the channel, like in the discussion area, saying what you would like to see. Would you like to see Spore from the cell stage? Or would you like to see little bits of each stage? There's several different stages. We can do, whatever. And City Skylines has stalled out. I have a problem with these programs. They're hard to film because they're very graphics heavy. So what I do is, I can't film myself playing the game. It overwhelms my computer. So I can do a few actions and show you the results. So it's really not much fun to watch, I would say. There are other channels that are a lot more fun. If you like City Skylines, watch Biffa 2001. He plays that. He's funny. I love him. I mentioned him before. He's a Brit. I love his accent, and he's just very, very amusing. Okay, you guys, I hope you have a great holiday weekend. This has been the July Lioness. Thank you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.